Hi, I'm Ray Lindsay, now the official Democratic candidate for Congress in the Illinois 12th District. I want to start out by thanking all of you for your support in so many ways during the primary that helped us get through, and now we have to go on to the general election. Today we are introducing a new program that we're using in this time of the coronavirus crisis, which is the We the People Speak series. And so we're starting out with a series that's going to focus on the big issues, including our three mantras, which are forward, not backward, and secondly, we the people, we the majority, and finally, the times they are a-changing, it's time to retire Mike Bost. So you're going to see a series of programs, including some entertainment, some music that some of our volunteer supporters are providing for this show, and we're going to have different episodes on local news and other things, and we invite your participation too. But I want to just start out by saying that you have given us your support thus far. Please follow the We the People Speak series as we move forward now to this general campaign and move forward to have a progressive voice in Washington speaking for the district and making good things happen for the Illinois 12th District. Thank you very much and enjoy the show.
We the people, we the children, we the nation, we the million, we the people.
So I was a coal miner, that's how I put myself through college. And we're here to talk about the just transition. And what we want to say first is the coal miners were the heroes of the Industrial Revolution who brought energy and electric power and all the advantages of modern society, from a refrigerator to the internet. And so we want to be clear that our just transition calls for what we call the 50-50 proposal, which is 50% tax credits for the wages of coal miners as they transition into the new renewable energy economy, which is coming, and 50% tax credits for investments in renewable energy to make that process accelerate so that we can address global warming and the climate crisis. So we want to make sure the coal miners know that they're going to be taken care of. We have to end this war between rural and urban and between the fossil fuel industry and the renewable energy industry. We're here this morning with Brent Ritzel, who's with Straight Up Solar, talking about how we're going to move the country to 100% renewable energy in the next 20 to 25 years by getting a big jump start.
Thank you so much for talking with me today here in front of the John A. Logan 2 megawatt solar installation. And this is the largest installation south of I-74 so far in southern Illinois. There are going to be other systems that are going to be built, but for now, this is the largest one. Yeah.
We need big programs.
Absolutely.
Like the times of FDR, like the times of the Great Depression, where the federal government steps in with its full fiscal authority and power and makes big things happen. And that's what we're talking about.
Even with a 20% growth in the industry, which it has been growing at, actually, though unfortunately, we've seen tens of thousands of layoffs in the solar industry alone in the last 2 months because of the COVID crisis. Mm-hmm. And especially because of the COVID crisis, we need a robust, just simply irresistible solution to that.
Yeah, right.
And I'm 100% on board with the 50% federal tax credit. That we need that kind of push.
Yeah, right. We should have carbon emissions reduced by 50% by 2030. We haven't even gotten started.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
Now with the COVID crisis has the demand curve actually, the emissions curve, I should say, finally dropped.
We don't have actual plans to solve these problems on the books yet, and that's what you're pointing towards, is actually creating those plans that we need. The Renewable Energy Portfolio Standard in Illinois is state law that requires we get to 25% renewable by the year 2025. We're at 8%. We're 5 years away, and only 1.6% of that 8% is solar.
We're not on track at all.
No,
And
no.
there's no leadership from Washington on this. And our current congressman has not even suggested that he even believes in climate change.
Your point
over
is a
time.
50% federal tax credit attracts capital.
Yes.
And that's a really good point.
And I say, as a coal miner who grew up as a coal miner, who was a coal miner,
Yeah.
with 3 grandfathers that were coal miner, a dad that was a UMWA coal miner all of his life, that we are going to take care of the coal miners and all the energy workers
Oh, yeah.
with also a twin 50% tax credit, which is going to cost us a fraction of the money we've just spent in the last 2 months on supporting people through unemployment and through cash grants to the general citizenry and all that. We clearly see that renewable energy has to be the way of the future, and we have to get busy fast. We start with our proposal for twin 50-50 tax credits for the displaced workers on the one hand and the industry as a whole on the other, so that it is a deal that is simply irresistible. We are already in the front end of a depression. We have to get out of it. We have to get out of it with big programs. In the 1930s, FDR built the Rural Electrification Association. The whole country for the first time got electricity, and it was subsidized by the federal government. And we can do this, and we have to do it big time, and we have to get busy now.
There's really not many better economic opportunities right now, in Illinois especially, than the opportunity to go solar. The federal incentive and the state incentives are set up to really support that. We need them to be robust, but even as things are, it's a rare chance for people to save $30,000 to $40,000 over 20 or 30 years. Just for a few $1,000s initial net cost, because the incentives are flowing back real quickly. And so I'd really encourage people to look at that. But also, I would absolutely encourage people to support Ray Lindsay for Congress, because we need bold solutions.
We want to see these all over the 12th district and all over America for that matter, because we need big solutions. The economy needs it, and certainly the atmosphere needs it, because we can't keep dumping our garbage CO2 into the air.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you for your time and say we just got to get busy, folks, on renewable energy and moving quickly. And it's something that the country needs. It's time to retire Mike Bost and get busy on renewable energy.
Hello, my name's Kevin Lister, and I am the campaign manager for the Ray Lindsay for Congress campaign. Most of my friends have asked why I accepted this role and why I chose to do it as a volunteer. Give me 45 seconds and I will tell you why. I had the pleasure of working with Ray at SIU for a couple of years. He was my boss. Anytime I had concerns, questions, or ideas, he took the time to listen. In addition, anytime something came up that affected me, my department, or my student workers, he came to talk to me and sought my input. But most important, I always knew I had Ray in my corner. He had my back. We deserve a congressman with these qualities, and that is why I accepted my role. I want Ray Lindsay as my congressman, and as you learn more about him, you will want him as your congressman too. I ask you for 45 seconds. What time is it? It's time to retire Mike Bost.
Oh my, Kevin's right. It is time to retire Mike Bost. Oh, hello there. Rod Severs here, Communications Director for the Ray Lindsay We the People campaign for Congress, and I'm here with news from around the 12th District. Our sources are telling us that support for the We the People campaign is building. Not only is Ray gaining support from Democrats across the district, but he's attracting the attention of Republicans who are unhappy with a failed 3-term congressman who seems to have forgotten about his constituents and instead thrown his support to Donald Trump. Our sources can also confirm that the times, they are a-changin'. Let's retire No-Show Mike and send Ray Lindsay's We the People movement to Washington.
And let's retire Mike Bost. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the water secrets to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are a-changin'. Come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming. Loser now will be later to win, for the times they are a-changin'. Come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changin'. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changin'. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will be later the fast, as the present now will be later the past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are a-changin'. Thank you, and vote for Ray.
So my work with the Sierra Club includes a lot of projects that are geared towards clean water and clean air. So it does take action, it does take legislation, and we know that through the establishment of the Environmental Protection Agency and the Clean Water Act and the Clean Air Act in the 1970s. That's what helped us, clean up our country initially, and now looking at the rollbacks that are happening with our environmental regulations, it's very worrying. We also work on a lot of air quality issues. Metro East is actually one of the EPA's non-attainment regions for air quality. We can't take for granted that that blue sky that we're looking at is clean air. We definitely have very dire air quality problems in this area that, we fight for more stringent air quality monitoring from manufacturing, and even to the point of having very often to file lawsuits to have these problems addressed. A lot of us are aware that a lot of this legislation that we need to get through to help protect our environment, it's not happening. So our vote is so important, and we need to vote for the environment. You need to know what your candidate stands for, and take that time, first of all, to educate yourself on the candidates. So we've got to get out and vote. We saw what happened when we took the vote for granted. It's gotten us, 4 years of environmental rollbacks. We can't go back to the Cuyahoga River catching on fire. We can't go back to having smog that drives people indoors, but that's the path we're on. That's part of our mission, to make sure that environmental champions get elected. So when a candidate like Ray Lindsay comes along, we want to get behind him and his platform, because it takes people like him to make the change.
Hi, Ray Lindsay back again, candidate for Congress here in the Illinois 12th. I want to just say, first of all, thanks for watching our first episode of We the People Speak. We are inviting you to speak. Please contact the campaign either through our website or through email and submit videos. We want you to be part of this movement for progressive change in America. We can act boldly. The coronavirus crisis has shown us that the government can spend big money and do big things in a short period of time when there is a consensus. We need to build the consensus for all the major things we need to do to move forward in the future of our country and our district. So again, I just want to thank you for watching. Keep tuning in to We the People Speak. Thank you so much.